about the apartment interior.
Yeah,
So,
oh, yeah.
It has.
like the apartment interiors got these two.
So even driving, you think driving down just into this area. Yeah, in here, it's okay.
Express Web Internet Services. Man, what a mud pit. It's pretty neat to look at all these the background drops. It's a lot of good scenes. And then there's this trail that goes up. I'm curious, just a little curious about, but not too curious. This looks like a trail system for the locals. They just take some back road trails to get through parts of town, because there's so many tourists. I mean, I'm hearing languages and accents from all different kinds of backgrounds. So this area attracts quite a few people, but it's not crowded like West Yellowstone. If I ever made more money and I wanted to hire somebody, it'd be between, I don't know, I think a cook would probably be most useful. A cook. I just don't cook. There were like 12 or 15 Chinese that came out of that van. Incredible. What haven't I said about cooking that I haven't said before? I keep complaining about the top heaviness problem. I just saw a guy who was cooking on a 2-burner, and there's no top heavy problems with that. I need to look into that. I know this parking spot would be really bad in the summertime. The sun reflecting off all the brick, and it's kind of over there, so I'm in a perfect spot for that angle. But in the winter time, it's not too bad. All right, so there's a pretty good chance that my lower gut hurts because of consuming uncooked barley. I've been crushing it and putting it in the milk, and because I crush it, it's easier to consume. I shouldn't be consuming. I should leave the barley in the whole form, never crush it when I want to mix it with milk, and never only drink the taste, not ever consume the actual berry, the seed. Even when you cook it, I'm advised not to consume the seed. I was listening to some German-sounding family at McDonald's. That just got me wondering, how do these foreigners know so much about the places to visit? How do they know about the Twin Falls, the bridge in Idaho? How do they know about Kanab, Utah? I mean, these are places I've never heard about as a citizen. Gosh, I feel like I'm having a little difficulty breathing. And it seems like it's phlegm. It actually seems like it's phlegm. Something, when I used to work out at gyms and run and do my cardio, I would work it out. After a mile run, I'd be coughing all this phlegm. It feels like I got such a buildup. Feels like I really need to do some good aerobics. Walking is not enough, obviously. Some real good aerobics to just work that phlegm out hard. I wonder if they designate camp spots for the certain foreigners. You say you're Swedish, they'll have a camp spot for the Swedish, and then they keep the languages together. 'Cause I got all these flags out. Man, I should probably be driving right now because I'll be driving into the sun. I'll be driving straight west for over an hour, and I might want to avoid the sun getting over any part of the earth and into my eyes. So there's like 10 deer running across the street. None of them have whitetail. They're all like white round butts. What kind of deer are those? They never had a single tail that flipped up as they were running. Alright, so I got everything from Safeway, prepackaged stuff. Popcorn with what I got sold on was lightly salted. Definitely choose the lightly salted stuff. This stuff is $2.99. They dropped it from $6.99, they said. Big deal. That is a big deal. They don't, it's nice to get them sales for Chobani. And then a whole chicken, which shows no hormones and vegetable fed. I gotta make sure I eat that with my tomatoes that I bought yesterday. I didn't get that from Safeway. I want to mix dill seed and green with this. I gotta find it in this mess though. Such a mess. I can actually take pride in the fact that. Oh wait, no, I'm not taking that much pride actually. I was hoping that I was for some reason thinking that ground turmeric was curry. It's part of curry, but I was supposed to say that it didn't take too many grabs. I didn't have to mess around too much pulling these out. I am making the observation that the ratio of cops to public seems a little higher in Page. I'm noticing more cop cars. Right at 9 a.m. they have those bathroom doors locked, and I don't know if it's for the season or what. But this area could be kind of a danger zone. Although there's nobody here, there could be some people that may come by later and be have not the best intentions. Alright, I paid nearly $50 for this double burner, but I really need to try something else because this thing is just too top heavy when I set it on the top of the propane. I bought this bucket because I was going to try to do the top heavy stuff in that bucket, but maybe I'll try this thing instead. See how this works out. Alright, I found it slightly easier to put the tank on first, then attach it to here. I don't know, they didn't specify the proper procedure for attaching everything. I think it could go either way. But the most important thing is to have this propane face up rather than down. Give it a try here. Alright, can't see any flame. Not much of one, but definitely hear it. That's super high, and that's off. Okay, simple enough. Alright, I do have enough privacy to cook out here, but I haven't cleaned the car yet, and I'm unable to find the lid. I know it's in there somewhere, but I have enough privacy to cook out here in the softball field, and I'm gonna try to clean my car after, because man, it's like there's things in here that I haven't seen in months. But it looks like it's doing okay for cooking. I see it's a little windy, it's a little bit of a chilly wind. I don't think it's blocking. I don't think a lot of wind is being blocked, but it is better designed for wind block than this thing, because the wind would pass over the top of this, whereas there's actually a bit of a wind block because it's sunk down a little lower. Also, mostly cooking on the right side would make more sense because of the length of distance that the gas has to travel. It has to travel twice the distance to get to that second burner. So I'd primarily for single cookings. In fact, I would double cook if I had another pot, because I have these green beans I want to cook up too. So I didn't want to get anything at Walmart. I do have plenty of space for another. I want to go to a thrift store and try to find a deal. Alright, this is going well. I'm just going to cook oats and eat them and work with that. Another nice advantage with the two burners is when I'm done, it's easier to remove this. This is cool. This is all cool to the touch. The hot part is right underneath. Whereas with this single, I have to wait the whole thing. Everything is hot except for this plastic part. So I have to wait. But this I could remove. This thing I can remove right away. There are very few places where I can go to clean out my car, but I was able to do it again. I wanted to remove this back thing right here, but I don't have the proper size nuts for that. Or the screw thing, star screw. Got a lot of garbage, but I'm able to get through things, and I'm close to putting it all back in. I don't understand why they put benches out on this field. They're spread out all over. They're definitely not playing baseball. Alright, so this back seat that's holding up my driver's seat, it's like the last big thing I can throw. There's really nothing else unless I throw away my own car seat. Good riddance. Just hope it wasn't too bad of a mistake, because it added to the comfort, because one side of the driver's seat is broken and it held it all in place, but we'll see how it works out. This city has an extensive trail system. I'm walking from the softball park area to the library. I think it's off to the left a little bit. But you look on the map, you can see all the trails that they let go. It's free reign. Let me just say that eating cayenne, I had a big spoonful of it. It seemed like it was less painful having it with milk in cooked oats. Not just milk alone doesn't seem as effective as mixed with cooked oats, because the oats seem to linger a little longer on the tongue and offer a longer period of soothing, like a few more seconds more. Here's some ephedra on the side of the trail. It looks a little different. It's lighter color and seems thicker. There's several of them. Okay, this is a first. I've never seen a camper with a second camper behind it. At least it appears to be a second camper. Really ratty. Right? Somebody's... Alright, so I parked conveniently right on the side of Walmart here. They got a big fence. I don't know why. I don't know if Walmart put that up or not. And then that way is just behind Walmart's a river. I'm gonna go quickly check that out. This dead end. It's great parking for overnight. Nobody's really doing it. Everybody else, there's like 50 RVs in the Walmart parking lot. There's a lady here who has like 3 dogs and she talks to them like they're people. A few rabbits around. This lady right here, she's down on the trail somewhere. It's attractive, but it's not attractive enough. There's been quite a few people who've walked back here, or driven back to this dead end, but then they just drive away. Okay, there isn't exactly a trail, just a lot of space in between the bushes. Pretty bushes. Wow, this one really flowers. This is like a natural desert flower here. Not sure what that is. Oh, it'd be nice to know if it's edible. This ephedra is edible. And you can see how badly it floods around here. What I want to get a closer look at are these really weird looking rocks just behind Walmart. What is the deal with this? Maybe I should switch over to my Sony. It's a weird moonscape behind Walmart. Lots of ephedra, lots of various individualized bushes. Either got red rock or red sand. It's kind of neat. I can't really bicycle on it. Maybe I could. It's a little too rough. This ephedra is showing new growth. You can see the light green compared to the dark green. That light green means that the tips are growing. They're extra tender, but they don't have the taste like the more established stems. All right, it almost looks like this has been a computer-generated rock structure for a video game or something. You think it's like incomplete and it needs to be smoothed out, but that's not the case. This is the natural feature. And I wonder if this would form in other parts of the country that has more vegetation, and the vegetation would just develop around it. Walmart's got quite a land feature behind it, but it's not really a tourist attraction. It's just kind of something that sits here. There's stuff that's more popular. This is a neat shaped bush. It's very like hexagonal. You see the way it's shaped. It's very unique.